This series of short slides will just be about Merched 2002. Merched in 2002 defines three very important historical terms for us. First, conflict, which seems to occur naturally, has been a part of human history since time immemorial. It also is exacerbated by extreme poverty, poor social conditions, and these conditions might increase conflict. There is also the greed versus grievance debate in terms of motivations. A civil war is often presumed to be irrational in retrospect. It can be shown often to be the result of rational decision-making, even if one disagrees with the morality or the moral perspectives or the rationality of such decision-making. Often, civil wars have class dimensions or race dimensions, or dimensions of religious conflict that are part of the background, such as what we saw in the case of northeastern Africa, in the Ethiopian Civil War and civil conflict in Eritrea as well. Underdevelopment is, in northeastern Africa, a common part of the historical discourse. Underdevelopment describes areas that are exemplified by economic growth rates that are very small or negative. It is a significant feature theoretically in creating the social preconditions for conflict and civil war. Most latter 20th century civil wars, in fact, and global conflicts are where? Almost all are in the so-called Third World, which was increasingly by the 1980s associated with underdevelopment in common discourse. For this prompt, we'll have two threads. For the first thread, just take a couple minutes to think. How do you relate the ideas of conflict, civil war, and underdevelopment to the case of Northeast African states? What issues are at play and why? Second, a different thread, and a thread for arguments. Which is the most important concept to address? Conflict, civil war, or underdevelopment? Which do you address first, and why? Go ahead and take 5 minutes to prep with your own thoughts before you reply to this second thread. Create a quick post, and then we'll move on.